Saturday, July 27th is Adios Day at the Meadows. 16 live races, $200,000 in guaranteed pools for those who are looking to wager, and which one of us aren't? We're all looking to wager. We're going to take a look at the 15th race on the card, which is the Delvin Miller Adios, $350,000 on the line here. And Matt, obviously this race is going through Captain Albano.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, he's the only horse that you saw come out of the Meadowlands Pace final. And there was a little sneaky talk kind of leading into that race. He never got involved. Then he takes a little time off and comes back for the elimination. And actually, he didn't take much time off at all. Comes back for the elimination and blitzes in a two-move effort, winning easily, which stamps him as clearly the one to beat in the final.
We're going to take a look at his elimination win, and it was as impressive as made out. You could see he's up by a few lengths here, and Matt, no one's getting anywhere near him.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say here. He looks like a best horse elimination winner. Make his settle in early, make his way to the front, fend off token pressure, and draw away handily. Probably, I'm sure exactly what the connectors are looking for, and. Yeah, like I said, it's just that's your standard elimination winner type horse. That's going to be a favorite. However, then we had a second elimination on the card that was a little more interesting, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, we're going to take a look at that replay, and that one went completely differently. Right now, Hunting for Chrome is clearing to the front, and if you have this horse, you're thinking, "Wow, I'm hold free." But here comes Wish You Well from out of the clouds, man.
Oh yeah, Wish You Well. I mean, admittedly, he had a very easy trip. He was really the only horse that wasn't used in this race. And was kind of shuffled to the back. He kind of got lucky that he was able to angle off the rail midway on the final turn, came three wide, and just exploded down the stretch in a wicked last quarter. And, I mean, how does that translate into the final? It's hard to say, because will he be able to relax and make one move like that? Or is he going to be able to respond appropriately if he has to make multiple moves?
Well, what's interesting is how the pace is going to go, because I think the 9 Hunting for Chrome is clearly leaving the gate here. I think Clever Cody is clearly leaving the gate here, and you got to assume Captain Albano is going to be forwardly placed at the very least. Do you think he kind of lets the others go and then makes a brush to the lead, or do you think he just tries to take command and say, "I'm not letting anyone go"?
Are you talking about Captain Albano, or are you talking about
Captain Albano?
I'm not entirely sure. I don't know how much speed really he can show, off the gate. But I have to imagine that the strategy, the plan will be to be obviously float off the gate and be able to be close enough where he can make a brush to the front like that, and hopefully not be used too hard. We haven't seen a ton of speed from Wish You Well to his inside. You have the two Ron Burke long shots that either from the number 1 and number 3, they could both push off. Clever Cody with Aaron Merriman, that's his MO is leave the gate, leave it hard. He was used very hard to make the lead in his elimination. You can kind of excuse that effort where he was kind of done at the top of the stretch. And Hunting for Chrome has got to fire. He was first to the lead in the elimination, got shuffled, then made a second move, and then rolled to the front. You see him get nailed by Wish You Well. It's almost like Hunting for Chrome didn't lose, in elimination. It's Wish You Well won, because Hunting for Chrome did everything right. Now, yes, a 9-hole is obviously tough, but you're going to get value on him for sure with James McDonald, who is stamping himself as one of the leading drivers, not just in Canada but on the Grand Circuit everywhere. And he's undoubtedly firing out. And like I said, aside from Clever Cody, I don't really see a ton of other speed in here. Maybe James McDonald's going to be able to clear the lead into the first turn. I think it might be possible. Aside from Aaron Merriman with the 5, who else can really leave that hard that we've seen?
I'm actually in agreement here with you. I really think Hunting for Chrome is going to go right to the front here, and I don't think whether Merriman leaves or not, he can keep Hunting for Chrome from getting to the top here. I think that's a guarantee. It's just a matter for me of how hard Captain Albano will push. Is he going to let them go and then brush to the lead? And assuming he does, then to me, this is sitting 4-9 around the track, and Wish You Well might end up being first over. Sweet Beach Life, I would imagine, will be in the flow somewhere. But I don't see how you could really love Wish You Well off what we saw last week.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely, and don't take away anything from his prior start where he was solid in winning the race. But yeah, like I said earlier, he was able to have that sparkling burst of speed because he was pretty much unused the whole race and was able to slide off the rail and get clearance. And it remains to be seen whether that can translate into more of a multiple move trip, or have a little more pressure throughout in order to and not be able to just make one quick run. So I think that kind of is the reason why I'm leaning towards him underneath and not necessarily on top.
Well, one of the things they offer on this card, there's a lot of things on this card as far as the wagering public goes. One of my favorite bets is the 20-cent pick 8, which starts in race 8. It's guaranteed at 15,000, but there's a number of guaranteed pick 4s and there's a guaranteed pick 5. But in the Adios, there's a $50,000 guaranteed trifecta pool, as well as a $25,000 guaranteed superfecta pool. So I figured, you know what, let's throw up some trifecta tickets as to what we would play in this race. And you can see mine just popped on the board. To me, Captain Albano is going to win this race. I think he's clearly the best horse, and he's going to win. I think Hunting for Chrome is going to go right to the front. I think he's going to be sitting a good trip. So I'm using him underneath, along with Sweet Beach Life. And my Sweet Beach Life is just in case the pace gets really hot. I think Captain Albano can survive some of that. I don't know that Hunting for Chrome will. So I'm using Sweet Beach Life as a horse that can charge late and maybe get a piece. So I went with a $6 ticket. You could play it as many times as you want.
Yeah, we saw Sweet Beach Life didn't have the easiest trip in elimination. We know he's got a big late kick if you saw the messenger at Yonkers. I'm in agreement with you, Captain Albano. I mean, we know he's the one to beat, but I'm taking a stab with Hunting for Chrome. I figure he will be value, he will be a price, and I'll use him on top of what you could argue are the three logical horses underneath: Wish You Well, Captain Albano, and Clever Cody, and then spread with Noblesville, who figures to just get an inside rail trip, and Sweet Beach Life, who figures maybe to be too far back to seriously threaten. So it's a $12 play, and I'm probably, maybe reverse. I don't want to spend too much money because then you're going 24 combinations to go 2, 4, 5 with 9 with horses in the third spot. But maybe reverse with just Clever Cody on top in case Merriman gets the perfect trip, and rather than being on the front end, maybe he gets a pocket trip. But yeah, I'm hoping for some value with Hunting for Chrome, and that's why I'm going with him on top.
When you're betting this trifecta and certainly the other 15 races on the card, you want to check out our special DRF bets offer. Check out the QR code on the screen. You're going to bet $75, you're going to get 10. So that's a pretty nice bonus, more than a 10% return there on your $75 wager, and you really don't have to do anything except for bet some money. So that's pretty cool. And that page also has free PPs, and we'll have a live stream of the races, courtesy of the MSOA. It's going to be a great Adios day. Get up early, 11:45 a.m. post time. Be there.